Hello, everybody, and welcome to One More Day. Now, this week I've got my lovely wife Addison here, and I thought it would be interesting if she told her side of the story, since I told you guys my side in episodes 1 and 2. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
You know, I kind of wish I would have finished listening to the first 2 episodes, so then I would have heard your side of the story, so then I could fill in gaps, but I guess...
That's what happens when you don't listen to your husband. So.
Okay, I listened to your Legends of Euphoria first, and then What Is Us second, and then, I just, it's not that I don't like this one as much, it's just, I want to listen to your D&D one first, and then I can hear stuff I've never heard on your What Is Us one. So
it's where she goes to spy on what me and Jake are doing.
Yep. But I did listen to some of your podcast, and what?
So I'm gonna say, so from where I started, it was when I first saw you on Facebook, and then where I ended was when I dropped you off at your house.
Oh, so just
it was just how we met. That's just what you can talk about more.
Oh, okay. No. I was just, that's good. So, you kind of talked about, both of us being from a small town, but mine wasn't quite as small. We had a gas station around this corner, and a library, and 2 churches, and we had the high school is actually in Garland that we went to. Well, half of it. But... the town I grew up in, the street I grew up in...
Your street had a street name for one, mine didn't.
Yeah, the street I grew up on was Factory Street. You want to guess what was on it? A factory.
A bar.
A sugar factory. There was also a bar in Garland. It was a little bit bigger than Portage.
Yeah, a little bit.
But...
We're gonna teleport back to 2014.
Yeah, right. I lived just around the corner from the fire department, and my dad worked there. Well, didn't work there. It was a first responder fire department. So
wasn't it volunteer?
Yeah, it was volunteer. So he got paid a little bit, but it was it wasn't his income. Yeah. But so Connor talked about how he had a girlfriend before he met me.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, so I can pretty much say the same thing, quote unquote. I had a boyfriend, and then I had a little fling with someone else. Needless to say, they both ghosted me. One moved to Texas and ghosted me, and...
But he comes back.
He does come back later. I'm just gonna tell him now. A few years after, me and Connor were dating for a few years, he texted me, and he's like, "I'm so sorry for what I did." And I'm like, why are you texting me? I'm with someone now that I'm most likely gonna marry. Dun, 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 I did. But the other dude was, I met, so my last day of middle school, so the summer that I met Connor, but it was the beginning of the summer, on my last day of middle school, we walked over to the high school because they were right across the street from each other, and we were talking to these guys. One of them was named Seth, and so I started texting him over the summer. After about a couple... Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, as long as you don't use the last name, it shouldn't be terrible. Yeah.
I don't actually really remember his last name.
Well, that's good. Okay. We'll
but he ghosted me a couple weeks later, He's
lost.
And then I was kind of just whatever. I don't know if Connor talked about this, but I had a crush on someone that ended up turning gay. We're not going to go into this because... Okay, I know. He ended up coming out as gay. He was gay before.
And everyone was surprised.
Okay, I was a very sheltered child. Okay, I didn't even know what the F word was until high school.
You mean fart?
Yeah. Okay, I was a very sheltered child, okay? Don't do that. I supposedly liked him, but... Yeah, so that
it's
summer.
It's kind of like you're in between liking people, so you feel like you like need to like someone.
Yeah. But so the beginning of 2014 in the spring, I tried out for color guard, spinning flags with the marching band, not like the military thing. And so we did parades with the marching band, and there was 3 parades we did. One of them was in August for Wheat and Beat Days for it was like the town celebration for the town Garland that I lived in. And I was going to be in that parade. But we're going to fast track back a little bit. In the middle of that summer, I am kind of everywhere. I had to let them know I was in color guard. It's going to be important. I went on vacation with my best friend that summer. We left like a week after school ended. And we went to St. George, I think. And we both had a fedora. We were 13, it was cool then. Nerd glasses, fedoras, suspenders, that's what we were into. Fedoras it was cool to us. It was cool to us. You had one too, don't you?
I never said I was cool.
But we go on vacation, everything's cool. When I get back from vacation, I get this Facebook message. And
it was a comment.
Oh, yeah, it was a comment.
Enough to just message you.
It was a comment, and you were like, hey, I have the same fedora as your friend there. And I was like, oh, cool. I unfortunately don't remember the rest of the conversation on Facebook, but we ended up going over to Messenger, and we ended up talking a lot. And I remember you were at your sister's dog sitting in Salt Lake for quite a while. Yeah. And
she bought me pizza rolls and Hot Pockets.
That's where the obsession started.
Nope.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know. But we were talking. We were playing like the 20 questions kind of thing, but it wasn't like guess this thing in 20 questions. It was just like getting to know you. Like we would ask each other questions back and forth like a lot.
I just remembered I had gotten dressed that day and I sent a picture. I was like, how does this look?
Yeah, I did watch your podcast long enough to hear you talk about that. And so
that was smooth.
After being ghosted by 2 guys, first of all, I have never been friends with guys really close.
But before you go much further, it's kind of ironic. You were ghosted by 2 guys and got with a guy whose thing is a ghost.
Oh my god.
Just want to put this out there.
But, so I'd been ghosted by 2 guys, so I was kind of like nervous about getting close to another guy. I was 13, by the way. So like, was really young. I turned, oh, you were right. I was 14. I was turning 15 that summer in August. But like, having a boyfriend was like super new and like the cool thing. You had to have one. But I had tried it twice.
It sounds like the new iPhone.
I know, right? I was 14. That's just how 14-year-olds are. They're horny and they're, yeah. But so I tried being with 2 guys and they both ghosted me. So I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm just gonna wait, whatever. Technically, I'm not supposed to anyway, because, yeah.
Now she didn't do adult things with those 2 guys. I just want to put that out there.
No. It was just like hugging, holding hands. Well, one of them I never even met in person after the last day of school, because he went down to Salt Lake for the summer. But the other one, it was just hugging and hand holding. But so after we were talking for a while and I gave you my real number, you had told me that you liked me. And I was like...
Oh, that went well.
Well, so what was going on in my mind is, like, I didn't want to get close to another guy because I was afraid of you ghosting me again. And, like, I didn't really know how to act around guys because I had never really been friends with one. Like, all the guys that were kind of in our friend group, I was really mean to them. Like... Yeah. That's just how I cope with being around guys, is making fun of them and being mean to them.
And I'm trying... Changed.
I am not. No. It was never like that with Connor, and I'm trying to fix that with Jacob.
I just want that to be said. She said that as she smacked me.
I tapped you. But, so I kind of just blew you off, and I felt bad, but, like, saying I liked this other guy was kind of just an excuse to not get close to anyone, because it hurt when someone just stopped talking to me.
And looking back, it's not very coolio of me to just kind of put you on the spot like that.
Yeah. But, so, that happened, and we actually stopped talking for a little bit.
It was a couple weeks.
Yeah, you know. But then, here comes around the Wheat and Beat Days parade. And I knew that all of my friends were going to be there. We were probably going to hang out all day. So I invited Connor. I texted him and say, hey, there's a celebration with a parade going on. I'm going to be in the parade. I would love for you to come and watch and hang out afterwards. And I think you said that you had to, like, work for your mom, but you'd come, like, when you can or whatever. You ended up actually missing the parade, which made me sad.
Made me sad, too.
Because I was, like, I kind of knew what you looked like because there was pictures. So I, like, looked for you the entire route. Like, because...
I felt so bad. We got there and it was still going. And I was like, Mom, can I just watch it? She's like, no, we must clean.
Yeah, because it went right past the bank. Like, all you had to do was just walk out.
I was looking out through the window, but I think I had missed you guys.
Yeah. But, so after the parade, we ended at a little park, and so...
After the parade, you went to the pie dump?
Yeah, we ended at a park, and then me and my friends walked back to where the parade started, and there was this little restaurant called the Pie Dump, which is amazing. It's like a hit in our hometown.
It's okay.
It's not as good as it used to be. But, so we went in and had lunch, and I was texting you, and I was like, hey, we're over here at the Pie Dump if you want to come over here. Since you missed the parade, you can come meet up with us. So...
I was still contemplative at that point. I was terrified.
Well, we were done eating, and it was 1 o'clock, because that's when the Pie Dump closed. We were walking out, like, right as it closed. And you were walking up to the Pie Dump right as we walked out.
I had been outside for, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, either way.
I didn't want to walk in and just, like, say your two and be like, hey, hello, everybody. I'm just some random guy texting Addie here.
Yeah. Well, I had told everyone that I was texting you.
Oh. I also had never been
Most
in the Pie
likely.
Dump.
Oh, really? But so we walked out and he was right there. So we went across the street to the seminary building. And there was a big tree and we just sat under it for a little bit. And we remember a lot of details from this day, but I'm going to go here. Connor said that he was going to eat some mushrooms to seem cool. Like, that's why.
No, the reason I did it was to see if you cared enough to stop me.
Oh.
Like, that's really
but I did.
Awful. That's awful, like, the thought process. Like, that's just super manipulative.
We were so cringy back then.
Yeah. Not a fan of
I did, though. I was like, don't do that.
Yeah. And I was like, she loves me. She stopped me from eating these mushrooms. Yeah, we don't talk about young Connor.
So, I remember quite a bit from this day, but some of it's a little fuzzy. I think that we went... Did we go to the park first before the water fight? I know. So yes. my cousin always came down for this little town celebration, and she's the same age as me, just a few months younger. And at that time, I was like, well, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. Like, that's the cool thing to do. But my mom forced me to come home and hang out with them at some point in the day, and I think it might have been.
And Katie, if you're listening to us, she does feel bad that she
I feel awful that I did that.
To be known.
Like, I feel awful that we're not as close as we used to be, because, like...
This is a call for help.
Katie, come back to me. I'm just kidding. I feel awful that I did that day, and I felt like that was just the start of, like, our cousin relationship not being as close, which is sad because we have so many memories. And, like, summers were, like, we spent summers together and did a lot of stuff. But at some point in that day, my mom forced me to go back home and hang out with her for a little bit. And, Kate, back then, yes, I was forced to. Now I feel bad. Okay? And I think it was after the water fight. But I don't remember.
So, what I recall.
Because I think...
We went to the park for a little bit, and then you were like, oh, there's a water party. And then you guys went to get ready. I went to get ready in a nasty old outhouse at the park. And then we went to the water fight. Then after that, we were going to meet up at the park again. Then you showed up a little bit later, and you were in, like, purple leopard print pants.
Okay. Now that I know the layout of the day. So we went to after the Pidum, we went to the park for a little bit, hung out a little bit. We were back by the baseball field. But then I said there was a water park, so we all got ready. I went home and got changed, and we went to our stake center that had a big field, and all of the Garland City fire trucks were taken to the water park, to the little field. And there was pretty much a water fight with fire hoses. And like I said, my dad was on the fire department. And obviously he's going to mess with his daughter. So he's spraying me. And Connor thinks it's just this mean firefighter, like, targeting me. But it was actually my dad. So he comes and stands in front of me. In front of a fire hose. Those things blast hard. So, you know. And that's when you met my mom, but you didn't know. You didn't know she was my mom, didn't you?
I didn't know until we walked up to her.
Oh yeah. Scared you. She
scared me.
Yeah, and you were just like looking at the ceiling, weren't you? Like the whole time, you just like stared at the ceiling. But yeah.
I looked everywhere but at her.
But after the water fight, I think that's when my mom made me come home and hang out with Katie.
Remember the previous girl that I had liked and been quote unquote with. Her mom despised me. She thought I was the
And she actually lived right down the road from me. She was in my same ward. I went to Sunday school with her. And so she lived right down the road from me.
Didn't she warn your mom that I was a bad influence or something?
After we were dating for a while.
And your mom,
yeah.
She's so sweet. She stuck up for me and was like, well, I think he's a great kid.
Yeah. Her mom told my mom, like, it was a mistake. He's a bad influence. And here we are today, married. And we have a kid, and they're going to have another one, probably.
Eventually, I'd like to.
Oh, probably.
That's a discussion for later.
So I went home and hung out with my cousin for a little bit, and I met them back at the park. And I'm pretty sure I was wearing my Van Gogh shirt, my Doctor Who Van Gogh shirt.
Doctor Who Van Gogh shirt.
Yeah.
And your purple leopard print.
Because we saved those shirts, the shirts that we met in.
Do you still have them?
Yeah, I think they're in the storage shed. We were going to make pillows out of them or something. But didn't you guys leave to go get slushies, and I stayed there with Mookey and Bailey.
I don't like slushies, so I don't picture me.
Didn't you buy people?
I bought people stuff. I bought them. We left to go get Domino's pizza because I bought.
Oh, okay. So you guys left, and I stayed there with Mookey and Bailey.
I bought everything.
And I was telling them about how I think that I actually like you. And, like, I was just talking to them about it and about how, like, people ghosted me and I didn't want to get close to someone, but I really liked you and he seems really sweet. And they were, like, super excited because those two were dating at the time.
Was it because I stood in front of the fire hose?
Sure.
Sweet.
So I don't super remember what happened after that, but between then and there was a street dance in front of the library.
So what happened between then and then, just to kind of fill in the blanks, we came back with the pizzas, we ate, I started sitting closer and closer to Addie, because I liked her, and you must have told Bailey and stuff that you liked me before that, earlier that day, before the water fight and everything. Because on the way there, or kind of around when we were eating, or actually at the water fight, they had talked about how someone told me that you liked me, that you said that you might like me.
So maybe I told them when we were at the park the first time.
I think
that I might.
That probably is what happened.
Or someone just picked up the clues and told you.
No, because I think it was...
I didn't know someone told you.
Yeah, someone told me. I think it was Mookey.
Gosh dang.
Rest in peace. But he was like, yeah, they were telling me she likes you. And I was like, nice.
The audio probably didn't pick up anything you just said.
Yeah, I know. It's a secret.
Okay, either way, there was this street dance in front of the library for teenagers, and it was a small town. They shut off the road. It wasn't a busy road anyways. So we go there, meet up with some friends, and they start the street dance. And I remember that there was a line dance, and I was like trying to convince Connor to come do the line dance with me, and he like didn't really want to, but I was like trying to convince him. Yeah, you like wouldn't come line dance with... No. It was, Hey Macarena. And I was like teaching you how to do it like you didn't know. And you totally knew. But
because you taught me by like touching my head. I was like, oh, girls touching my hand. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But did we try to square dance and not do it very... No, I square danced with Mookey, and I told him I really liked him, and then after that, Mookey came to you and said, you need to ask her to dance, and you were like, well, I was already going to do that. And then Mookey is the one that pretty much selected our song that we danced to at our wedding.
It's true.
He went up and requested that song and then we danced to it. That's the first song we ever danced to, and it's what we danced to at our wedding as well. It was I Won't Give Up. And it's been the story of our marriage. So during that dance is where the magic happens. We started dancing, and I remember that Connor tried... No, you tried singing to me afterwards. We started dancing.
Yeah.
And after a minute, after I gained the courage... I looked up at him and I said, you know how I said that I liked this other guy? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't exactly remember what I said, but I think...
You said, well, I lied.
Yeah, well, I lied. And you were like, oh. And then I think I said, I think I like you.
No, you're like, I like you.
Oh.
Most definitive.
Yeah, I like you. And so that's... It got awkward for a second. That's when it happened.
And then I said, I like you too.
Yeah. And then you tried to sing to the song to me. You tried singing to me.
That didn't go too well.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I didn't actually know the words.
Yeah. But after we were done dancing... I, like, ran away from him. Like, I just left him there. And I ran over to my friends, and I was like, I told him I liked him. And I went up to Erin, and I told her, and she's like, well, he is pretty cute. Connor doesn't believe that she said this, but she did say this.
I don't believe it.
Which
is funny.
Did.
I just want to have a side note. Her friend Erin went to elementary school with me, right? I had a crush on her for years. That's why I didn't believe it.
She did say he is pretty cute. I'm so happy, you know, and we were just super excited. And then the rest of the dance, I think it ended pretty soon after that because the fireworks were at 10 and they were at the park and they were, I don't know, a little less than a mile down the road.
A couple blocks.
It was like 10 blocks-ish. But... So we left the street dance and started walking there. And it was like Mookey that told you to hold my hand.
No, Phil.
Oh, sorry. Or it was, oh, yeah. Phil said if you don't hold her hand, I'm going to. So you held my hand.
And I was
like,
no, you won't.
You held it wrong. And I remember specifically saying that.
Yeah, I do too. And I was scared to death. I was like, oh, crap. She liked me and I had everything ruined.
I think you tried to, like, intertwine your... Yeah, he, like, tried to intertwine his fingers into my hand, but then I was like, no, that's wrong. And I held it like the pancake. Oh, yeah. Okay, he intertwined his fingers with mine, but I think his thumb was under my thumb, and I thought that was very wrong.
No.
So we held hands all the way to the park. And then I remember we went and sat in the baseball dugout to watch the fireworks. Didn't even go to my family. I didn't even see my family like at all that year for that celebration. But we sat in the dugout and held hands, and you put your arm around me, I think. Yeah.
I think I even did the whole like yawn.
Yeah, I think so. But he put his arm around me, and we sat and watched the fireworks. And then I think we were alone though. I think our friends separated. They were still there? Okay, I don't remember. Okay, we were a little bit separate from everybody else. But we met up afterwards, after the fireworks, and we went and sat on like a block corner, and we were all just kind of sitting there talking, and Erin turns to me and she's like, "So, are you guys dating yet?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then she turns to Connor and she's like, "Well, have you asked her?" And he said, "Well, no." So then he like turns to me awkwardly and he's like, "Do you want to go out?"
No, here's what I did. It was worse. I got down on one knee.
Oh.
And I said, Addison Maylott, do you want to be my girlfriend?
And I said yes. So after that happened, our friends went their separate ways, and once again, I lived right down the road. So he walked me home in the dark under the stars and the street lamps, and across the street from my house, down a little bit, I was like, "Well, you should hug me here so then my parents don't see me." So we hug under this street lamp, like in the movies, with it just like shining down on us. And I say my goodbyes, and I walk across the street, and I go home.
What did you do once you went inside?
I think I went and told Millie.
What did you tell her?
I think I may have just gone and told her that, like, I met a guy and he's my actual boyfriend, but you can't tell mom and dad. But yeah.
I mean, didn't they find out not that long after? It wasn't very long because they knew by your birthday.
Yeah.
So in the span of 11 days, they figured it out.
Yeah. And they didn't care. My parents are super understanding, and they made a lot of the mistakes that we did. We just, like, me and my mom's life are more similar than, like, it was crazy.
You did not marry a man named Travis.
That's not what I meant, but, like, had friends through high school and then kind of lost them when she got her boyfriend, and then, yeah.
Yeah, so that's Addie's side of how we met. So thank you for joining us, Addie. We'll have you here for another session. We'll go ahead and end that here. Do you want to give our outro?
I don't know what it is.
That's right, she doesn't listen to our show. Make sure you follow One More Day on Instagram and Twitter, and also follow Sick Day Studios. If you want more information on the show, go to www.sickdaystudios.com. That's SickDayStudios. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.